We're talking about T.I., and he called out Boosie Badazz for ignoring his invites to the paperwork party. Very interesting. I've never been invited to a paperwork party. I've never heard of a paperwork party, but check it out. In Atlanta, Georgia, T.I. and Boosie Badazz snitching spat continues to unfold as the Atlanta rapper legend has called out the Baton Rouge native for not showing up to his paperwork party. Tip held court at the Trap City Cafe in Atlanta on Friday night, February 24th, where he was seen waving around a court document allegedly proving that he didn't snitch on his dead cousin. So, the Grand Hustle boss admitted on his podcast in 2020 that he pinned a gun case on his late cousin Toots to avoid jail time, following an arrest in the early 2000s. After being asked about the incident during a recent interview with Vlad TV, Boosie called T.I. He called him an effing rat and scrapped the joint album they were planning to release together. While speaking to the room full of people who did attend his paperwork party, T.I. accused Boosie of ducking his invite to straighten things out. And he goes, quotes, "Everybody got some paperwork to show me, ? I got some paperwork to show them." He began, "If y'all leave up out this mother blank, please let up mother blank know that the paperwork was present. And if they wasn't here, they shouldn't be saying a mother blanking thing about the king. You hear me? ? I've been waiting on a special invited guest to show up, and he ain't show up yet. But it was somebody who had something to say about me, and I had to question my, disposition with some of my cases. But he ain't here to see my paperwork." He added, "I just don't like for no ninja to goddamn get fly and then get shy. You hear me? ? My ninja, I'm right here in the center. So come on, if you got something to say about me, if you think it was what it ain't, there's one way to clear it up. Pull up. I want to show you what you want to see. You hear me? ? And then after you see what you need to see, then it's on you. We're going to straighten blank up because you done gone too far in the jaw and you got too much dip on your chip." I've never heard that, but it's very creative. Dip on your chip. While T.I. was busy addressing Boosie Badazz's absence, the Wipe Me Down rapper was sitting courtside at State Farm Arena to watch the Atlanta Hawks take on the Cleveland Cavaliers, which documented via a series on Instagram posts. In the comment section on the post, Tip applied more pressure to the Southern rap counterpart and pressed him about the no-show. This is quotes. He goes, "Say, boy, you supposed to be up here at the Trap City Cafe checking this paperwork and straightening your face. Or else you flaw, according to the convict law." In response, Boosie seemingly snuffed out any further confrontation by informing T.I. that he privately messaged him. "At Tip, I text you." He wrote back along with the green tick emoji. T.I. previously shared his paperwork on social media in an attempt to shut down any narrative that he snitched. Dated February 2003, Fulton County court documents stated that the evidence seized during Tip and his cousin Toot's illegal arrest had been suppressed. FYI, can't nobody who got their name in other people's paperwork question me about mine! ! The King rapper captioned the photo, "I got it on me. We can have a paperwork party. Pull up or shush emoji." In an interview with Trap News Network, following Boosie Badazz's rat comment, T.I. said the case against him and Toot was dismissed and neither of them went to jail, so therefore he isn't a snitch. He also claimed that he embellished his original story about pinning the gun case on his dead cousin, adding that his attempt at humor, sarcasm, and satire escaped Boosie. So, I know I said a mouthful. I can't believe I said all that. It's just a long story, right? So pretty much, there was an interview back in the day, a podcast, and he said he pinned the gun case to avoid some jail time on his dead cousin. All right. Now, his cousin wasn't living at the time, so is that still snitching? You say something to avoid jail time to somebody who's no longer here that can't go to jail? I mean, I don't know. Being a rat in that lifestyle, like if you live in that street life or whatever, being a rat is the worst thing you could be called. The worst thing. It's maybe like one or two other words that might equally be as relevant, but rat is up there. And if you're called a rat, you don't want people to look at you as a rat. So I think this is why T.I. went above and beyond, showing paperwork, posting it on social media, saying like, "Look, bro, I'm not a rat." Because once you get labeled a rat, man, nobody wants to mess with you. People start distancing themselves from you. And Boosie, I think, he speaks his mind. If you ever hear him on Vlad TV, he don't sugarcoat stuff, man. He just says what's real. And, I can respect that. So in his opinion, he called him an effing rat for doing that. Now, Boosie and T.I. have both been incarcerated. And, there's a convict law according to T.I. And they might know a little bit more about it. I don't know. T.I. he did a whole thing. A paperwork party. Especially invited Boosie Badazz to come. You're my guest of honor. Come down. Right? Very bold. Now, did Boosie take the high road? And just, you know what? This is just going to start some trouble. I'm just going to avoid it. So, he was at a basketball game. I get it. Didn't go. If he did go, would things have gotten straightened out? Like T.I. said? It's very possible. They're not young kids anymore. They're not like in their teenage, adolescent years. They're not in their early 20s. These are grown men. And they've both been through hell and back. I think they would have kept it grown, adults, had a conversation, maybe squashed it. Mind you, they were working on an album together. That's crazy. Imagine a Boosie Badazz and T.I. album. That would have been nice. But it didn't happen. He said, "You were rats. I'm not working with you." Ooh, that's probably one of the lowest things you could be called is a rat in that game.